Michael Corbett pulling back from parts of the world where Citigroup doesn't feel it can make enough money, and also cutting 11,000 jobs at the very least, begun that effort. And we see the results beginning to pay off. The expenses that Citigroup has recorded for the first quarter of 2013, $12.4 billion. It is more than $1.4 billion lower than the comparable level in the fourth quarter. And that's at the same time, Betty, that Citigroup has increased revenues in excess of $2 billion. So you can really see the operating leverage coming from the changes that Michael Corbett is beginning to make. And that helps to explain why Citigroup helps to explain. There are a lot of factors in Citigroup's earnings, but helps to explain why the bank was able to beat earnings quite handily, 12 cents a share. The other thing worth pointing out, Citigroup, people question, let's put it this way, how solid Citigroup's franchise is in things like fixed income and equities. And in equities, the only thing we have to, I should add that the only thing we have Citigroup to compare with thus far is JP Morgan. By the end of the week, we'll be able to look at JP Morgan versus Bank of America versus Citi, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and the like. But the amount of fixed income revenue that Citigroup booked at $4.7 billion, just about the same as what JP Morgan reported on Friday. That is really, really impressive if you consider all the turmoil that Citigroup has been through, Betty, and including the change from Vikram Pandit to Michael Corbett just 5 months ago. They've been able to maintain this franchise in fixed income, whereas companies say like Morgan Stanley, there are some serious questions as to whether they've been able to do the same thing. So being a universal bank seems to be benefiting Citigroup, and I would point out that on the subject of equities, they're running considerably behind JP Morgan at the least. Again, we'll have to wait till Friday to see how they stack up against everybody else.